Hello, here's the news at this hour from Tstv. I am Mobola Badekale. Here are some major headlines. Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Deputy Chief Whip of your State House of Assembly, others lead protest in IBADAN. BUHARI appoints LAURETTA ONOCHIE's personal assistant as INEC Commissioner. Trump holds first in-person gathering amid virus spread concerns. And in the world of sports, Joshua PULEV bowl fixed for December 12th. And now, the news in details. Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has banned officers of the police force from protest grounds in the state following the clash that occurred between police officers and protesters in Ogbomoso on Sunday. He stated that peaceful protests are a legitimate way for citizens to make their grievances known to the government, and it is totally unacceptable for anyone to be hurt during such protests. Subsequently, protesters have taken to the streets of Ibadan en masse, marching from Iworo to Secretariat. At Agodi, among protesters are motorists, actors, comedians based in Ibadan, and also the Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Honorable Seun Fakorede, Deputy Chief Whip, Honorable Yusuf Adebisi, among others. A pro-democracy group concerned Nigerians has appealed to the United States, the British High Commission in Nigeria, and the European Union to impose visa restriction on Oyo State Commissioner of Police Onwachukwu Enwawu and members of his family. This group's appeal followed the death of EndSARS protester Jimoh Isiaq, allegedly in the hands of police in Ogbomoso, Oyo State. In a letter dated October 12, 2020, and signed by its convener Deji Adeyanju, the group accused the CP of overseeing extrajudicial killings and human rights violation in Oyo State, adding that despite the disbandment of SARS by the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, rights violations had persisted in Oyo State. Protesters campaigning against the Police Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS exercises yesterday grounded Lagos, Abuja, and some major cities across the country. The protest was reported to have turned violent in Lagos, where 2 people, including a police inspector, were killed. Economic activities in the nation's commercial capital were halted as protesters in clusters moved around the state and stalled traffic along the major roads for many hours. Entry points from Ibadan to Lagos was held up by protesters, while Lekki Highway was blocked from morning, preventing people from going to work, and the Murtala Mohammed Airport Road and others were also shut down. Meanwhile, EndSARS protesters in Rivers State stormed the street of Port Harcourt, the state capital, on Tuesday in defiance to Governor Nyesom Wike's directive. The youths who converged opposite the Pleasure Park at Aba Road began their procession carrying placards and chanting EndSARS, insisting that the governor had no right to ban peaceful protests. The protest, which started almost 2 weeks ago, culminated in the announcement of the disbandment of the SARS by Inspector General of Police Mohammed Adamu on Sunday, as President Muhammadu Buhari further reiterated the scrapping of the SARS will be followed by massive reform of the police. But these pronouncements could not stop the protesters who staged rallies in cities and states across the country. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has presented certificate of return to Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu and the Deputy Governor-elect Lucky Ayedatiwa. Ondo Resident Electoral Commissioner Ambassador Rufus Akeju, who presented the certificate of return to Akeredolu, urged the governor to continue to provide basic services, basic amenities, and infrastructures for the masses. Akeredolu hailed the electoral body for conducting free and fair elections. Akeredolu pledged to provide more infrastructural development across the state. President Muhammadu Buhari has forwarded to the Senate for screening and subsequent confirmation his Special Assistant, Social Media LAURETTA ONOCHIE, as National Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). President of the Senate, Senator Ahmad Lawan, on Tuesday read the letter from President Buhari forwarding the name of Onachie from Delta alongside 3 other national commissioners. Others are Professor Muhammad Sani from Katsina State, Professor Kunle Ajayi from Ekiti State, and Saidu Hamed from Jigawa. BUHARI said appointment for Commissioner for INEC pursuant to paragraph 14 of Part 11 of the first schedule of the 1999 Constitution. The news on Tstv will be back right after this.
The news so far.
Welcome back, and now to some foreign stories. President Donald Trump has conducted his first in-person event since testing for COVID-19, proclaiming that he is feeling great as he seeks to reboot his embattled re-election bid. Trump's public engagement comes after the White House doctor last Thursday gave the president green light to emerge from coronavirus isolation this weekend after he tested positive 10 days ago. Later on Saturday, Trump's doctor, Sean Conley, said that the president is no longer considered a transmission risk to others. However, Conley did not say if Trump has received a negative coronavirus test result, raising concerns that the doctor's short memo on Saturday may not accurately portray the president's health situation. The cabinet in Rwanda has reduced nighttime curfew by 2 hours as the number of new coronavirus cases reduces. The curfew will now run from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. local time. Public transport will operate at full capacity for seating passengers and half capacity for standing passengers, while people attending conferences will no longer be required to have proof of a COVID-19 negative test, but organizers will be required to adhere to social distancing guidelines by having 50% capacity in attendance. The cabinet said the penalty for not wearing face masks and defying night curfew would remain. Those found without face masks in public will be fined $10. The same fine will be imposed for violating the 2 meters social distancing rule in public or ignoring the nighttime curfew. Rwanda has so far confirmed 4,905 cases of coronavirus. And moving on to the exciting world of sports, PULEV has yesterday confirmed that he would face the world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua in a title bout on December 12th. Britain's Joshua was originally scheduled to fight PULEV on June 20th, with a second date in July also mooted amid the coronavirus pandemic. However, Joshua did not mention if the bout will be behind closed doors due to COVID-19 restrictions as earlier expected, prompting Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn into saying he's willing to move the fight to the Middle East if an audience is allowed there. PULEV has been waiting for a chance to face Joshua for almost 3 years after a shoulder injury forced him out of a world title bout in October 2017. Arsene Wenger said the UEFA Nations League should be banned and claims holding the World Cup and Euros every other year would be more appropriate for a modern world. Currently, the Euros and World Cup are held every 4 years, and the Nations League was conceived to give international teams a greater number of competitive fixtures between this tournament. However, Wenger has said all qualifying matches should be played in a single month, making it easier to sell the rights to broadcasters and sponsors. He also revealed that FIFA had already discussed the idea of more frequent major tournaments but rejected the thought for fear of them losing their glamour. And with that, come to the end of the news. Here is a recap of the major headlines. Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Deputy Chief Whip of your State House of Assembly, others lead protests in Ibadan. BUHARI appoints LAURETTA ONOCHIE as personnel assistant as INEC commissioner. Trump holds first in-person gathering amid virus spread concerns. And in the world of sports, you heard Joshua PULEV bout fixed for December 12th. Please do not forget to always adhere to COVID-19 safety measures. The news was compiled by Hope Chijoke I am, Mobola Bade Kale. Good day and thank you for watching.